Alright, let's continue the construction of the base. Let's get a move on with the eggs, as they say. I have no room. I've got a bioreactor down here. Oh god, I used more titanium than I thought. No, I only used 2. We can make tanks. Because I also need to make the doors, which I forgot about, because I'm a little bit silly. A little bit goofy, as they say. Oh, we actually had left some thing in our... some quartz in our inventory. Okay, so we need our glow shell. Should probably make some beacons. Oh wait, I fucking can't because I need more titanium.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And now we can continue into the depths. One question that you must ask, though. Is there a scanner room for the fucking Seamoth? Is there a scanner room? We never found the storage module, which is something that we really want. Well, we're gonna have 2 of the 5 eggs, maybe 6 even. I know there's one in the next area, in the area that we're heading to.
kind of a funny question for you. Have you picked up any kind of unusual interference during any of your robotics work?
You mean like Parvin looking over my shoulder and telling me I'm assembling my circuits wrong because it's not how his dad did it back in the day?
No. Like electrical interference in the audio or video. Any kind of flickering or clicking.
Can't say that I have. Why?
Oh, so it doesn't extend as far as the bay.
What doesn't?
When Fred was bringing me for my eval, we detected something. Almost like an SOS.
At Delta? How retro. What was causing it?
I think architects are trying to communicate with us.
You always think that.
Look, it may be my job to always think that, but I'm very good at my job. Not that HR seems to care.
I won't breathe a word of this to Emmanuel.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We'll make it just outside the aggro range for the worms.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
mysterious creatures tunneling beneath the ice.
Did someone say the creature? From the feature. The creature feature that features the creature. I love and hate exploring these tunnels. They're a marvels to the power of the ice worms. The sheer amount of ice that they were able to cut through in a moment takes us a couple of days. The tunneling mechanism is ruthlessly efficient. Alteria could only dream of such a mining capability. The ice worm uncovered rich mineral pockets as they tunnel, but going beneath the surface is so risky. We've lost so many already. I do not understand why we have to stay in this particular area of the glacier. I can't wait to get off this hellhole, ice hole, whatever. Hope you're enjoying the relative calm, Cooper. This is just a mine? Okay, it's a pretty good mine though. Sake. I'm speaking on behalf of the entire mining crew. A day in the day out, we're risking our lives in this cursed territory. When we signed up for the mission, we were not told of the ice worms. We lost a solid fifth of our crew before Alteria took any action. 6 of my friends emerged, shuttled off to the planet. Marcus was supposed to retire after this job. Instead, he was skewered by an ice worm. Have you seen someone get skewered by an ice worm? The thumpers that the company developed are just a stop-gap solution. They do a great job of distracting the ice worms when they have power. How are we supposed to use them when the batteries burn out so quickly? Would it be possible to send additional replacement batteries? Just a little more juice would go a long way. Respectively, Omar of Delta Crew. Probably going to be a thumper then. Useless.
New blueprint synthesized. Imminent.
Honestly, this is probably the most bullshit Leviathan in the game. If it even is classified as Leviathan, I'm not entirely sure. But it's one of the most bullshit enemies in the game. And it actually shares a similarity to the Shiver Leviathan. As in, it shares a similarity to the female Shiver Leviathan, which is why this is the most bullshit one of the things. It shares the thing with the female Shiver Leviathan that it's not real. Like, the worms don't actually exist in the game. Like, they can damage your vehicles, but you can't hurt them. Or scan them. They just don't exist. So it's kind of one of the most bullshit enemies just for the fact that like you're just trying to scan it and it just refuses to scan because of a coding error. Alien structure found commonly shielded from the natural sunlight. Appears to be carefully controlled containment and cultivation environment for natural flora. In other words, a greenhouse. The main chamber appears to be capable of precise temperature and humidity control, allowing the planet life to grow carefully outside of its natural habitat.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I thought the worms could only spawn in the flat area. like I'm going backwards. I feel like we've been here before. Yeah, we're heading towards the ice environment. I've got spun around. Is this where I started? Or is this a new one? That's still, that looks like diamond, right? The finalized fumblers are pretty useful. The original version were pretty bad, but they've given us almost double the time to explore some of the mineral-rich nodes. The vibrations of the ice worms sometimes knock loose some pretty valuable stuff if you take the time to search for it. I wonder how all these minerals got trapped in the ice. That's another Fumper data, okay. I don't think they can properly come out in this area. I think they can just flick you with their tail in this area. Like, there's a really big flat area. If only we had some beacons. Then I could put down a beacon saying diamonds. Wait, was that gold? It was gold, so we get gold in this area. And our inventory is full. Oh yeah, I just went around that way, okay, I just want to see the mine originally. As long as we're in the day, we can at least see where we're going, so we won't get spun around too easily. This might actually be a problem. Hope we can reach the prawn suit. Alright, we're dead. We're screwed just because we fell down a tiny ravine. Like, how am I supposed to get back? Stop jumping backwards, please!
Hypothermia imminent.
Hypochondria. Flat-ish here. As you can see, it's not real. Like, you can't scan it. Also, how am I taking cold damage when the entire fucking point is this thing's got a massive fucking... It's got a massive version of this on the end of its nose, so it's a fire blade, so it should be heating me. I think I'm actually at the flats yet, which is a bit of a problem, but we've gone fairly deep.
Emergency power only.
Not sure if
Oxygen
it can hurt me
production
while in the base.
offline.
Considering the other thing managed to hurt me while I was in the base. Fortunately, the mines are pretty close to here, so we can get a bunch of copper from the mines. Might actually need to go back and get magnesium though to actually increase the range. I thought we'd be able to find some magnesium over here, but it looks like we're not gonna. This looks like I don't really have enough quartz.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Restored. All primary systems online.
don't even have enough quartz for a fabricator. Might have brought a little bit too much quartz. No, a little bit too much titanium. And we don't have any copper, do we? Well, we can get more copper easily. Oh, there is penguin researchers. Didn't actually think there would be a penguin thing in this area. I've got enough range for a egg. I'm still probably not in the right area. I might be. Like, this looks kind of like the flat area. No, I don't think I'm even in the right area still. Oh well. How far away are we from the original ice base? Yeah, we're far enough away. Yeah. Oh, there's two of them, okay. Shit, does that mean that there was two of them in the other spot and I just didn't notice it? Because I think there might be 3 red and 3, blue. should still cover the everywhere around here. And technically we don't even need it to find the eggs. I'm surprised it didn't actually find the eggs, considering that, like, we didn't move that far away from the scanner. So I'm kind of surprised that the eggs didn't... Maybe these eggs can't actually be found by scanner. The lithium. It's lead, though, because it's useful. But I can't reach it anyway, so I guess it isn't that useful. Why is the lithium so embedded into the rock? Oh, this isn't the bacteria thing from before. Pure emerald is typically colorless. These large crystals contain trace amounts of chromium, leading to the development of the distinctive green color seen here. Mining activity near the crystal suggests that they are valuable for application in architect technology. Never-like tissue sample of an alien origin. The DNA marker indicates a complex mixture, synthesized from over 20 different sources. The tissue sample incorporates advanced biocomposites, resulting in unique mechanical properties. Composites are highly compressed strength. Protects against external forces and may indicate adaptations to extreme environments. Impacts high resistance to damage from high energy impacts. Elastic, low modules of elasticity allow the tissue to conform and stretch in response to body's locomotion.
Ah, that is a rough way to go.
Yes, I would not enjoy being crushed while mining iron tube components.
The cold preserved the body well, but this isn't a big sample. Will it be enough?
Our tissues are pluripotent, derived from the DNA of various species, capable of changing form as necessary.
Ah, like stem cells. So, what prevents you
Welcome
from,
aboard,
I don't know,
Captain.
ending up with hooves where your eyelashes should go?
That does not happen. At least not since the fourth iteration. We have scanned all the components we need to make a storage body.
Are you excited?
Using the chemical compounds available in your body, I am able to approximate what you might call cautious optimism.
Ice worm in the entire game. All the others are fake. As you can see, this is the only ice worm that can be scanned, so it's the only one that is real. Where were the iceberg bones? An extremely large and dangerous leviathan, roughly 95 meters long, with thick plated exoskeleton that burrows through the dense ice shelf with minimal resistance. The ice worm is covered in a thick exoskeleton and backwards facing spines. The exoskeleton protects the soft upper body of the ice worm as it moves through the ice. The spikes create tread that rapidly stutter the melted water back as it burrows, similar to a tire tread. The antenna of the ice worm is covered in a thick skin that doesn't require plating. The horn of the ice worm is the thickest part of the creature. The internal chamber of the horn is filled with a deposit of raw alkali metals that react violently to the water, causing an exothermic chemical reaction. As the ice worm burrows, small microscopic groups
Hypothermia
continuously
imminent.
channel water into the chamber, allowing it to burrow with ease. The ice worm is an ambush predator. It relies on sound travelling through the ice to alert it to a potential prey. It then lunges through the ice using its horn and mandibles to attack. The ice worm can be temporarily distracted, though, using sonic devices. Aggressive and lethal. They're really not. They don't deal that much damage. Scans of the ice worm bones show that they have a surprising degree of flexionation in them. This likely allows the bones to compress inwards when the ice worm is burrowing. A total rigidity of the bone structure might result in deformation of the skeletal structure over time. This is evidence of muscle incisions would manipulate the compression and decompression of the ice worm's long rib cage. The ice worm's bones appeared relatively intact. It seems that other large land predators in the region tend to leave ice worm carcasses alone after death. So yeah, it's so annoying that like the only ice worm you can scan is this fucking dead body here. Because all the other ones just don't need the snow thing, like the snow bite, because like the prawn suit just moves really fast as it is. Is this where I entered? Possibly. No, I entered like really close to where the cave was. So was it here? Barely even hurts the prawn suit. We got lucky that we spawned like right next to the cave, so I didn't have to look for it very well much. It could have been a pain in the ass to find those fish. Also, I don't think the bike actually gives you protection from the cold, which is the other reason why the prawn suit's so much better. Shit, I don't know where the thing is now. guess I can make a beacon on it. But we know where that's going to go. That's going to go back to the other gate. Right next to my base. So ironically, that is pretty good placement for my base, because this thing literally just allows me to teleport directly to my base. And then no doubt I'm gonna have no titanium. I'm gonna have left all my titanium in the fucking prawn suit, so we can't use it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We have gathered the necessary components to begin constructing my body.
Great. What's next? Let's get you out of my head.
Do you remember the fabrication facility? You must return there.
Right. The fabrication facility. So you always planned on needing to make new bodies?
It is a standard medical facility.
A medical facility where you just replace your whole body when it wears out? Sounds a little beyond standard to me.
Ours was a research mission of the highest importance. All of my people were not invited.
So, what were you, a scientist like me?
I am a scientist now.
So, what happened? Your team found the vaccine and then...
Please, Robin, you have the components. Return to the facility and construct the body.
Okay, but don't think I don't notice you changing the topic.
But I don't have the components. Like, we need a lot of materials. Yeah, let's have a look. What do we need for his body? Like, it's like you have the materials. I do not have the materials. You will soon, though. I have them in my base, except for the liquid. But I'll be able to craft the liquid ass. Maybe I should put it outside.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh. Well, my base is right next to the portal. That is very useful.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Might not cover the entire zone. Looks like it still doesn't actually cover the entire area. Seems to cover almost all of the area, though. Yeah, where the hell are we? Yes, he's scanning range 5 meters. Okay, we're here. Got quite a distance to go then.
technology acquired.
Snow fox repellent. Where the fuck's the ice suit though? I think I missed a recipe in the other area. Still not growing, that's kind of crazy. Well, it's not picking anything else up, so I guess we'll just delete this, the scanning room and make it somewhere else. Because, like, what else do we have? We got... I guess we can still use it to, like, find the materials. There's no gold mines, though. Come on, Slayer. Why have we got to jump in the air? Nobody fucking knows. You not have to slam down on the fucking box, will you? Earlier, give you a fuck ton of these cubes. We could have made a bunch of spare. Could have made a bunch of spare power cells, even though we don't really need them. Why is my scanner not pick this up? Maybe it did, I just didn't care.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Spy Penguin Online. See you later.
Well, we got the eggs, so might as well just leave. There's probably some data. Probably something else, but like, my scanner ain't showing anything, so...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, I don't know whether we'll just retreat. Well, I guess we try to retreat. I just Maybe I should run through the ice cave. I guess I want to do that. Fuck. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Fine, I guess we'll find the entrance and try and work out. The problem is that the map's not that big, is it? Like, the entrance was like here. Without the prawn suit, I can't really get back over there though. I just kind of want to store my stuff. Oh, it's out of jump. That's actually might be a problem.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Like, do we actually have any space here? Can we see the passageway on this map? Maybe. Wait, where was it? Where's the bridge? Where's my base? Okay, base is here. So that's over there. What is that passageway over here then? I think that's how I entered with the Among Us. So I actually have no titanium. That's actually really bad. I might actually just leave the iron cubes and silver over here because we've got so much of it, we really don't need it. Let's see if I can pick up the snow bike. I can't remember if it gives you warmth or not.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
If I can get to the second ice base, then I can use the scanner room to probably find the passageway. We should be able to find the passageway quite easily. Why is this cable scannable and none of the others were? These highly dense architect cable structures have been discovered running between various sites of known architect activity on 4546B. The cables housing components what are effectively a form of multi-mode fiber optic communication networks physically shielded by microscopic layer of pressed diamond dust. Dust! Do you want to buy some? Do you want to buy some dust? cold in the ice then. I think. Or I'm in the tunnel already. God, the ice might be bigger than I think it is. As long as at least part of it is in the 500 meters that we have scanner, maybe work out where it is.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so the passageway is here. So it's very close to the base. The passageway that I go down to enter, I just need to go up from like where it is. Oh, it's in the teleport room? So I'm gonna just save. My health stopped for a second because I did that in the wrong order. I forgot to actually check whether I'd been recording. See, I told you, the prawn suit can't fit. Which is why I wanted to do this in case something went wrong. toxic disc. Imagine if you could actually just get over here. Like, imagine if you didn't have to fix the bridge. You should be able to do that, honestly. Like, if you want to swim through this passageway, you should be able to just do that. We have to go back and retrieve this anyway. Swim through this passageway, you really should be able to just skip the bridge. Like, you need a fairly large oxygen tank to be able to do it. Because, like, there's no air bubbles along the entire thing. Only open this from this side, which literally makes no sense, other than the fact that the game just doesn't want you skipping the bridge. Guess maybe I should... Nah, I don't really need to grab diamonds. The only thing I'm missing is probably the crystal from the depths. Really make the compass.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
They broke all the way in here, they should have activated the teleporter. Maybe they were just too stupid to do so. Work out and put the cube in the thing. Reason I fucking hate the online or the land part, where it's just like, here's your visibility, have fun not seeing a single fucking thing. can't get out this pit. Nope, we're still in the same spot.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
If only we had some wiring I could make. Wait, no, I need more wiring. Wait, what the fuck is it? I was wrong. The jellyfish actually do damage to your fucking sea moth. As you can see, they just enjoy bumping into it and doing actually a fuck ton of damage.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
The fursuit does the... I don't know how we missed it. Like, this thing literally has the purpose of making, like, the fur-lined things. I don't know how we missed the recipe for it. gold. But I already forgot how to make the hydrochloric. Alternate enemies. Ruby and that. Where the fuck's the power coming from then? Did I put something inside this? Does have more power than it should do?
Welcome aboard, Captain. Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline. Power restored. All primary systems online.
Pretty sure there's more than one egg. They only did 0 damage. So the electric thing just literally makes your Seamoth immune to damage.
said this was the spot where I can make you a body, right?
Yes. Once you have used the fabricator to build each component, we can assemble them.
And then we can transfer you out of my head?
I am anticipating it as much as you are.
So, Alan, you said your people came here in search of a cure?
I was a researcher.
You were a scientist? Like me?
My people regarded my scientific contributions with particular interest.
As I said, like me.
If that is your interpretation.
So, how did your valuable scientific mind wind up infected?
Not my mind, my body. Perhaps you should build the next component.
So you came here to search for a cure?
I led the mission.
Does that mean the bacteria got out on your watch?
This subject is uncomfortable. If you would like to know more, I will ask that you first construct the final component. This is the last piece. Soon I will be autonomous again.
What will you do with your newfound freedom?
I must return home to make amends.
Amends? For the bacterium? There seems to be a lot you're not telling me.
It is hard for me to find the words. I must collect my thoughts. We have all the necessary components. You may initiate body fabrication sequence from the terminal.
You still owe me an explanation.
I understand.
Commencing storage medium fabrication.
The escape of the bacteria was an accident. I thought my solution was foolproof. I was wrong.
Did you cause the accident?
Yes.
Oh.
I do not wish to speak about it.
We can come back to this.
What are you doing?
Research. Tit for tat. You've probed my mind. I scan your body.
Complete physical artifact virtual is a biological and cybernetic hybrid, incorporating the design of elements from more than 20 DNA sequences. The outer layer of tissue has the consistency of leather, with the chemical visibility and glow. Channels of visible glowing energy powering the alien's internal biotechnic protocols. Alian has 6 architectural arms that are suspended around the body by magnetic levitation. These arms contain independent high-speed computing systems and are capable of performing tasks independently. The limbs are organic, are constructed secondary to the organic robot arms. They are used for mundane tasks that do not require much fine motor movement. The bottom half of the arms are covered in plating. The plating might serve as a form of armor. It also appears to store latent energy buildup like a capacitor. Mobility. The hoof legs are resemblant of several species of mountain goat. The hooves are covered in microscopic hooks that aid in exploring rough, uneven terrains. The forelimbs and hind limbs are oddly close together, which explains why walking might be secondary mode of movement for architect's forms. Teleportation. The architect body is able to teleport or blink short distances. Method is likely scaled down version of the teleportation gates, but methodology is not well understood. It is likely that architect's body is able to provide a massive amount of power necessary for this function. Matching DNA fragments appear to be derived from the following sources. Chromium bore of Coltwall Prime, an invasive species known for their extremely tough skin, which makes them hard to eradicate. Putty serpent of Aspartaria. These snakes have extremely tensile skin, preventing it from tearing and allowing it to compress itself into small spaces. Electrode eel of Lithium generates an electric charge slime across its length. Astral rays, moon of Moradon 14. These rays have small organs that generate, store electricity. Shaggy goat of Olympian. These herbivore creatures live on the rocky foothills of planet of Olympian and are excellent climbers. Giant geckos of Holt Astoria. Mackage geckos that emit electrostatic charge on their footpads. This creates a change and difference in the surfaces the gecko is chiming on. The markers of at least a dozen other biological species are present, but unrecognizable at the time.
Commencing data transfer.
Did it work? Are we...
It has been some time since I last stretched out in so many dimensions. Like waking from a dream.
Whoa. Hey. You're really not in my head anymore?
There are some remnants. Would you like your memories of me removed as well?
Are you kidding? No way. You still owe me the end of your story.
I told you I must return home. To assess. Repair. Make amends.
Tell me more.
When the bacteria escaped, it was my fault. I disobeyed the directive from my network.
Oh no.
We noticed that a species of Leviathan young produced an enzyme that is efficient against the bacteria. I thought if we incubated sea dragon eggs, we might expedite their hatching. I was not wrong.
But...
It would appear that sea dragon parents are stronger and more motivated than our facility was rated to handle.
And the bacteria got out, infecting everything. How many survived the outbreak back home? Are they still waiting for someone to bring back a cure?
I do not know.
Can I help?
The fact that I withheld this information does not concern you.
It was certainly manipulative. But I've also made my own share of mistakes. I'm still committed to helping.
I accept your help. Find me at the gate when you are ready. In the meantime, I must prepare.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Alright, so now we create our base. We've done everything. The only thing we have left is to go back to the gate at Site 0 and finish the game, but I want to make my aquarium. So we're gonna have to track down the eggs, get the titanium and glass to make all the fish tanks, and then we will finish up. And we are finally freed from our mind. I'll also move the things back, move the things from the ice base to my main base. I only had the materials to make the scanner, because we need to make the scanner by the wreck, because I think that's where a bunch of the eggs that we're missing are, because I think we're missing the egg of the annoying, like, sea dragon things, leafy sea dragons that, like, mind control you and make you dizzy for fucking things like the things with 4 legs, like near my base. I don't think I've got their egg either. But we put the scan, like the scan close to the surface should have been their eggs, and it wasn't. Yeah, I think this is a rock crab egg. It took fucking ages for the game to actually acknowledge the base. It took me ages for the game to actually acknowledge that we scanned the future eggs. As I said, I think it's just 2. Oh wait, no, 3 eggs. I'm missing like the weird like penguin thing, that penguin thing, which like not like the actual like the common penguins, like the ones with like the fin things on the side. As I said, I believe it's these things are eggs because like they're like the only mob down here, big mob down here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Where's the base? Down here. actually possibly hit everywhere anyway. This is the egg of the sea dragon.
Seek fluid intake.
Been a while since we've had that message. See how bright one rock puncher egg. It's a tank.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Okay, I'm heading back to my base. Yeah, I have no idea what the egg looks like.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Oh, do these not go off? I guess I'll grab the stuff from the other base.